Ukrainian drones successfully targeted a concealed Russian tank, demonstrating the effectiveness of night operations in modern warfare. Despite interference from electronic warfare systems causing signal disruptions, the pilots successfully located the target. Following the initial strike, a second drone was deployed to assess the damage caused by the attack. This second drone confirmed that the tank had been fully destroyed. In contemporary warfare, precision and effectiveness are just as crucial as ensuring the enemy is entirely incapacitated. Nighttime bombing drones, known as Night Doctor, rank among Ukraine's most potent tools. These drones focus on disabling enemy tanks and vehicles under the cover of darkness. The elimination of numerous tanks in a single night once again highlighted Ukraine's dominance in this area. The extent of destruction inflicted by these drones becomes apparent to Russian forces only when daylight reveals the aftermath. Ukrainian artillery carried out an intense bombardment aimed at the area where Russian infantry had gathered. Believing they could evade the drones by taking cover in pits and debris, the Russian forces attempted to hide. However, Ukrainian bombers and kamikaze drones, anticipating this tactic, meticulously surveyed the forested region and eliminated all hidden enemy forces. A subsequent significant event took place on the infamous Death Road, where Russian tanks became the targets of Ukrainian thermite drones. These drones are equipped with advanced technology that melts tank armor with an ignition temperature between 2,300 and 2,700 degrees Celsius, rendering even the strongest armor vulnerable. Within moments of the drone making contact with the tank, the armor started to deteriorate. Within minutes, the tank was incapacitated, and the footage captured by the drone highlighted the severity of the attack. Two Russian armored personnel carriers transporting infantry were detected advancing quickly toward Ukrainian positions, prompting an immediate need to halt their progress. The Ukrainian drone operator locked onto the carriers and initiated a strike to neutralize them. The situation was captured from a different Allied reconnaissance drone, providing a clearer view of the action. The operator made a precise first strike, halting the carrier's movement. Shortly after, a second kamikaze drone was deployed and successfully hit the target. The explosion severely damaged the carriers, rendering them inoperable. Following this, an advanced bomber drone, referred to as the Night Doctor and operated by the Magyar Birds unit, was deployed. This drone released a bomb, delivering the final blow and completely destroying the carriers, eliminating them as a threat. Ukraine's unmanned aerial forces, known as the Magyar Birds, have become essential in weakening enemy defenses and gaining an advantage on the battlefield. Over the past 5 months, these forces have successfully neutralized over 300 enemy artillery units. Targeting artillery is a key tactic to disrupt the enemy's logistics and attack capabilities. Drone strikes, particularly aimed at the barrels, render these weapons inoperable. Once damaged, the cannon cannot be repaired, and any attempt to fire it results in an explosion. When a reconnaissance drone identified a key Russian artillery position, action was taken, confirming the complete destruction of the target. The footage also showed 2 Russian soldiers witnessing the explosion. In the first strike, the artillery gun was neutralized. Meanwhile, the Russians were transporting a large artillery piece on a truck loaded with ammunition and shells, planning to set up an ambush. Ukraine's Sharpie drone operators detected this move before the Russian soldiers realized. A kamikaze drone was swiftly directed toward the target. The Russians, upon hearing the approaching drone, tried to respond with rifles but had no luck. The drone struck both the cannon and the truck, destroying the cannon and causing the ammunition in the truck to explode, resulting in a massive fire. This action successfully disrupted the enemy's long-term deployment plans. The Russian armored vehicle drove into a road that had been strategically mined by Ukrainian forces, triggering a powerful explosion. The blast halted the movement of the Russian vehicles, setting off a chain reaction of additional mines. Due to this well-executed strategy, a Russian armored personnel carrier, a Rushka, was directly struck, and an infantry fighting vehicle on the same path was completely obliterated. Following the attack, Russian infantry attempted to push through the defense line, but were met with heavy shelling as Ukrainian artillery swiftly retaliated. Ukrainian artillery used precise munitions to neutralize the armored personnel carriers, forcing the soldiers inside to disembark and expose themselves. The Russian infantry then attempted to seek cover in a forested area filled with wreckage. As the battle raged on, the invaders tried to hide under the remains of previously destroyed armored vehicles. Unbeknownst to them, their movements were being tracked by advanced Ukrainian reconnaissance drones. Simultaneously, a larger Russian assault unfolded in the village of Yasnaya Polyana in the Donetsk region. Russian infantry, positioned in a wooded area, were picked up by two armored personnel carriers and moved forward to launch an attack on Ukrainian positions. However, before the assault could commence, anti-tank mines, previously laid by Ukrainian forces, were triggered. Both armored personnel carriers struck the mines and were rendered inoperable, with the soldiers inside suffering significant casualties due to the explosions. This precautionary tactic, one of the Ukrainian army's key defensive strategies, successfully halted the Russian offensive. The deployment of anti-tank mines not only incapacitated armored vehicles, but also exposed enemy infantry, providing a substantial tactical advantage for Ukrainian forces. Vladimir Putin's authoritarian policies and military aspirations are increasingly being countered by the resilience, solidarity, and strategic ingenuity of Ukrainian forces. Every artillery piece destroyed, each tank neutralized, and every village successfully defended highlights Ukraine's ongoing journey toward regaining its freedom. Yet, the battle is far from over. The conflict endures, and Ukraine's determination to resist remains evident to the global community. Over recent years, Putin's aggressive expansionist ambitions have deeply impacted Ukraine, turning what began as a geopolitical struggle into a conflict marked by personal tragedies, defiance, and the pivotal role of technology. Modern warfare, where tactics, innovation, and endurance are as crucial as firepower, continues to unfold on the front lines. This ongoing struggle is not only Ukraine's, but a fight that resonates with all those who stand for freedom.